So there's been this belief, and it's true to a certain extent, but there's been this belief that all you have to do is believe that Jesus was the Son of God, and you're saved. And that's in the Bible. And that's true. But the evidence better back it up. And this is the evidence. If you truly believe that Jesus is the Son of God, then a transformation should have taken place with you. The heart being circumcised, not literally, but the heart of stone being removed. You see a ton of people in the world. There's a ton of them that have a heart of stone. They can do a great acting job and acting like they care, and it's all just words. Because they have the heart of stone. So it's just an act. But the true people saved that do believe in Jesus Christ are the ones that have had the transformation take place. And when you truly believe that Jesus was God in the flesh, then the transformation takes place. So this is where I think a lot of people can end up deceiving themselves. Because anybody can say they believe Jesus was the Son of God. Anybody can say that. And you think, okay, well, they believe that's all that it takes. No, it won't be. Because God will judge by that heart. And God will know, because if God didn't replace it, it won't matter how many times you said you believed he was the Son of God. Truly, you didn't believe it because you didn't have, your life didn't change, your behavior, the way you operate in the world. Because once you have the heart of flesh, you see things differently. And I mean, even before all this stuff, when Trump came into office, if you had a transformation long time ago, you know you see the world differently than most people. You do. And it's rather, not stressful, but it's strange. But the reason those people are asleep or don't want to see the truth is because they likely don't even want to see the truth that Jesus was the Son of God. And so one of the differences between the biblical God and, say, your India God or your Buddha gods, whatever it is, they all tend, those gods, those false gods, they tend to be, they want to save everyone, that their God loves everyone and wants everyone saved. But that doesn't align with the creation, really. I mean, the earth and everything. Because there's boundaries. In every area, there's boundaries. And when I say boundaries, I mean we were made in the image of God. So because of that, we have to think that we can't really think like God, but in some ways you can by reading the Word and understanding that even though we can't think like him because that's way beyond this world, we do understand that where our thinking comes from, where all of our beliefs come from, are through that initial foundation of a God creating us, putting this soul, the spirit, within the body. So it's important to realize that if nothing has changed in how you operate in the world, and I don't mean in the past 3 years, I'm just strictly talking about with believing Jesus Christ as the Son of Man. If nothing has changed, then you should probably work harder at it, the relationship. Because a lot of times what gets in the way, it does get in the way, is you have to clear out that garbage. Yeah, God expects you to. Now, Buddha and India's got all these other gods, these Greek gods, wherever they come, they're all, throughout history, there's so many of them. They'll tell you, no, you don't have to do anything about that. Don't worry about it. We love everybody. We're going to be all one. We're all kumbaya. But it's not really realistic. It's not. It's not, because it makes more sense that given that we are made in the image of God, that we would realize that why God has boundaries. So many people like to make the argument, I've mentioned this before, about how, well, why didn't God remove the serpent and the tree from the garden? Well, because then it's interfering with free will. And even though the angels didn't have as much of free will as mankind did, they did have some. So it wouldn't make sense for God to remove the serpent or the tree. It was the mankind having to learn to be a warrior. And had Eve not been deceived, and had she just followed God's direction, she would have never known anything like science. She would have, and Adam, lived in paradise. There would have been no need for any of that because there would have been no illness. None of the things like that. So I think that God left the serpent and the tree there because Lucifer put it there. And God only steps in. And so this is, I said that God operates in, we don't realize how God operates every day in our life if we want to take notice of it. That's when we ask him to guide us. When we ask him to guide us to his will. What is your will for me today, God? Then he steps in, yes. But at any time you can take your own will back. It's better to go the road with, but it will be a harder road. It will be. It will be at times, but it's well worth it. So that's what God wanted. Besides the relationship, was that you turn to him and ask what his will is for you, not what we want him to do for us. Think about it. If you were a God, I know it's strange, but if you were a God, would you want to have to be stepping in every time mankind screws everything up? No, it'd be like, when do I have any time for myself? I know it's God, so it seems strange saying that, but think about it. It's doing, that would be like what Lucifer wants to control others, wants to impose his will on others. It's not at all what God's about. And at the same time, God is not so about love that he has no boundaries and you can go do whatever you want and he's a superhero looking to save everyone. No, he's handed a bunch of people over. Yeah, bye, he's done. He handed them over. Those, all your ones that think, oh yeah, we have this in the bag. They can't. We're too powerful. We have this. We have all the banks. We have all the professions. We have everything. They can't. These people can't do anything. Look at them. Wait for God. Yep, God lets them have all of it. He gives them all the delusions. He lets all the sexually immoral have all the sexually immoral you want. Give them that delusion. He handed them over. So there's a big difference between the biblical God and the rest of the gods of this world, which should tell you how the biblical God is the real one. Most especially because if you just have a God that says, no, I want to save everyone, well, then you don't really have to make much of an effort, do you? You can just do whatever you want, fly by the seat of your pants. Who cares? Doesn't make for a very moral world. But the mankind gods of this world would think that their will and what they know is best, like about our planet and about science and what medicines we should take, they think that them imposing their will on us is in our best interest. Yeah, so that same thing is it's all the false gods. Even the World Economic Forum thinking that they're going to somehow do something about climate when there's not a climate crisis. They don't even understand the climate or the creation because they don't understand the creator. In order to understand the creation, you better start with understanding who created it.